Struggling with Propfirms? Let's go. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be speaking about what you guys are doing, or girls, and how you are complicating your zones, right? We're going to be using gold for the example, and what I'm going to be showing you, obviously I believe my biggest edge, and this also made me 700k funded, is identifying not just zones, because identifying zones is not enough, right? Because I mean, there's zones everywhere. There are zones within zones, just the way there are trends within trends. It's all about identifying correct zones, right? But not just that, there's more to it, right? There's layers. Like, this whole trading system is like an onion. There's layers. I'll give you an example. When you find one zone, well, you find multiple zones, right? But then there's another layer. Are you finding the correct zones? And then there's another layer. Is that zone actually going to be the one that's going to give you that winning trade, right? Or is it just going to be a zone that's going to give you a break-even trade, or maybe even a losing trade? There's multiple layers, no matter however you want to look at it. Even when you're in a winning trade, right? Even example, if you're in a winning trade, the next layer is, is this going to give you a 1 to 2? Is it going to give you a 1 to 5? Is it even going to be a winner? Is it even going to hit your TP, or is it just gonna, so we're just gonna without wasting your time, let's go straight into this. So we could see London session today. This is a gold. We can see we're in a bullish trend, so we should only be focused on buys. If you said sells, yeah, just click off the video. So I'm just joking. Okay, so we've drawn our support level here. And now we can rely on the volume of London session to just blast this up, and obviously that's what it does. Now let's refine this, right? So we can use the 1 hour, the 4 hour, 30 minute. For example's sake, let's just use the 30-minute time frame. So now what can I see here, right? If you just move this, let's put this on playback, and we're just going to work off what we see. So I can see resistance here, support here. Put the zone over here. Now this is what annoys me, right? When someone joins my mentorship, someone joins the community, whatever. By the way, link will be in the video description. If anyone is interested in joining, we're up to about 5 people shy of 1400 now. I just posted the FTMO certificate, passed in 10% hit in 2 days. So by the way, if you're looking for one-to-one mentorship as well, link will be in the video description. Message me one-to-one. Or if you're just looking for a very, very affordable course, and not just any course, is you can see the price here will be increasing in the near future, and it's got 10 videos, very, very detailed. It's not your average PDF files. You get your password and account details sent to your email address, and then whenever there's refined videos, webinars updated, they will be automatically sent to the into the course. You don't have to do anything. It'll be automatic. All you gotta hit is refresh, and yeah, you'll just see the video. So it's not like what these other so-called traders or YouTubers do. They'll make a course, they'll make a refined version, and they'll make you pay for that one as well. No, one-time purchase only, and it's probably the most affordable course on the internet as well. Okay, so let's get back to this. So we marked our zone here. Now this is what annoys me, right? This is what they'll do next. They'll mark a zone over here as well, right? Why? And so it's okay. I won't say why. You can see a bit of a rejection here, support created here. So rejection, then you've got this breakout here, right? Now, when they see this breakout, now you tell me, are we supposed to go for a buy, right? From, let's just say, back up, break through this, and where price just shoots, retest and shoots up, or are we supposed to maybe retest this zone now and come flying down here? So go on, I'll give you maybe 1 second to think about it. So basically, where we go wrong is we got to look at the bigger picture, and this is what I will say. The trend is bullish, my friend, right? The trend is bullish. We are only focused on buys, right? We are only focusing on buys. Now once we get that out of the way, now am I gonna wait for, I don't care, price comes here, right? Am I gonna wait for the volume to push it down? No. Even if volume comes, obviously price can do whatever it wants. I'm still gonna wait for the breakout and let it head upwards. Now look at this. Look at this. Let me just remove this drawing. Look what price has done here. So remember, following the trend. And I'm going to go into more examples, right? Because I want to simplify this as much as possible. Bullish candle breaks above, closes. And if I go to a much smaller time frame, you'll get your entry time frame as well. So let's actually do that. Let's go on the 5 minute. And look at this long wick rejection bullish candle over here. You could have used that for the entry. After the candle plants, stops below this wick and the zone. You always want to make sure it's below the wick and the zone, right? You always want to make sure that. And then price 1 to 6, nice trade over there. And if it just keeps on going, happy days, you know. And this is why you see, you know, me. Let me just show you. There's a certificate that when I passed FTMO in 1 day. Now this is, I want to show you something over here. My average win rate was around 50%. My average risk to reward was about, you know, 1 to 6. Let's just actually click on. So I'm always posting videos where the idea is start small and then work your way up. Don't purchase these big 100k, 200k accounts, wasting your money when you don't have a real edge. Look at this. You can see some of these trades here. 7% gain, and I'm risking 1% per trade. Why? Not 0.5%, 1% per trade, because I have full confidence in my edge. And where I got my statistics from, it was over here, 50% win rate with the average risk to reward of 1 to 6. And if anyone knows, you know, that's a powerful system right there. But yeah, so, and what increases, you know, I obviously take into consideration volume, trend direction, and these things are super important. Now what you don't want to do is start overcomplicating your zones, you know. Don't overcomplicate it too much. So let's go 1 day earlier, right? Let's just let me just show you what's happening 1 day earlier. And again, I just want to mention as well, you know, trading is just like flipping a coin. That's all it is. Let's just say you got 10 trades. Let's say my average risk to reward is a 1 to 5, 1 to 4. So 10 trades. Let's say I'm heads, right? Okay, heads. Well, that's a very profitable system right there. 6 times 5, 30. Take away the 4, you know, the 4 losses. 26 RR out of 10 trades. I'll take that any day. But let's just say I want to see if we can get a lower number, right? I'm heads again. Okay, let's just say I'm tails because I want a lower number. 4 times, let's say even if it's a 4 times 4, right? 16. Lower number, 16 times take away 6, 10 RR out of 10 trades. A very, very profitable system. And that's how you should treat any trade, right? Just like a coin toss at the end of the day. Just like a coin toss. So what do we do when we come over here? We've got a bullish trend over here, a mini trend, right? So how can you capitalize on this? Let me just zoom out. So we've been obviously, you know, the earlier day. Well, not the early day because this is the earlier day. But you know, this is when you got to focus on the bigger time frames, because at this time price, some will say is moving sideways or is slightly moving down, you know, slightly bearish. But what you can also do is just let London session play out. You know, let London session play out. Let it create its consolidations, its zigzags, if you want to call it, or its you know, support resistance levels. Capitalize in New York session, or if you let Asian session play out, capitalize in London session. You got to find, you know, you got to find your edge. You know, find your ways where how you can read the chart, where it looks simple to you and easy for you to read. So which one were we looking at? Actually, I've actually lost track. So we're on this one. Okay, so this one, what I personally would do is I could see a mini bullish trend here, but I would focus on these, you know, major levels of resistance as well. So let's draw one over here. That's pretty clean. Let's draw another one over here as well. So I mean, price is respecting that pretty much, right? There's no breakout. But even if I was to, you know, remember, we're working off here, right? So price, if I draw a resistance level, oh, let's keep this nice and clean. Okay, resistance level over here. Remember, we're in a bullish mini trend. Look at that though. We do get the breakout, and if I go on a small time frame, I know it's going to show me. It's going to show me some kind of rejection, so I won't waste time with that. And price just heads up. But let's just see what kind of risk to reward are we looking at. Because on gold, okay, not something, it's not that big. Well, to some traders 1 to 2 is a brilliant number, but for me it's just psychologically I don't like it. You know, I like my 1 to 4s, 1 to 5s, 1 to 6s. So, I mean, let me just show you actually. I'm not just all about just giving it the talk, right? Here's me actually posting on my broker. This was a trade running at 1 to 6 RR Nasdaq. This was a trade running at 1 to 10 RR. I believe this was, if I remember, it was on GU. Yes, and it is. So that's GU. Let me show you. Ooh, apologies, I won't edit that. I actually keep my videos raw anyway, so I won't edit that, but I do apologize for that. This was a trade when it was at 1 to 7, then it, you know, held it, it went to a 1 to 10. I already called it, and then this was a gold trade. TP set at 1 to 15. At this stage it was at 1 to 8, but I closed it early anyway. I believe I closed it around 1 to 11. Oops. Just put this on silent because but yeah, you could come in here and check another trade 1 to 6 RR. It's all about transparency, and you can't fake this kind of stuff, right? And if someone says, oh, you were catching this on a demo account, well, I wouldn't be passing these platform challenges in 1-2 days. Also, and so consistently, you know, frequently as well. Show me any other YouTube channel that does that. You know, you can see my students on the FTMO leaderboard. You can see it's all in my Discord community. So it's all about transparency. You can see me catching 1 to 20s, and yeah, just check it out. Talk is cheap. I don't want to say anything. You can come in the community and check it all out. So we got 1 to 2 here. So let's just say I'm going to mark this as a loss, right? I'm just going to mark it as a loss. Remember, we only focus on buys. I don't care anything else that happens. I'm only focused on buys, right? So let's just say that there is support level here with a breakout. This is a bearish candle. We're not going to get really a rejection. So we're not going to take that trade there. Bearish candle. Losing trade here. I'm done for the day. That's it. I'm done. Now, if you continued, actually, there's one zone over here. And this would be probably the final, you know, resistance formed here. Bullish candle breakout. Again, there'll be a rejection here, of some sort, and you get a little bit, but you might catch a 1 to 1, maybe enough to cover this a day earlier. Now, I want to make something else very clear as well. This is not the exact break and retest strategy that I personally trade. The one I personally trade, obviously, that's only to my students. But yeah, but this is still this strategy is still enough to make you profitable, right? Now, obviously, if you got something like this, you know, don't trade something like I would just leave it and move on to another currency, right? I would just move on to another currency. You want to trade something that's trending strongly, right? Something, and look, this is bearish, very nicely to the downside. If something like this happens, and a clue, guys, is, you know, where the lows are and where the highs, there should be quite a wide range. Look at this, highs, like a wide range, and if you look at this one here, you know, it's quite close together. That's going to be the early signs that, you know, this is we want to stay away from. But you can obviously bearish trend, so you can see a support level, price could come to retest, this falls here. So what you want to focus on is, and you can backtest this as well, focus on the trend, focus on volume, and trust me, these damn things alone will increase your win rate, will increase your risk to reward naturally, right? You throw a football into a river. I was actually speaking to one of my students. You throw a football into, you know, lightly, gently into a current that's flowing, let's just say south, you know, it will still travel 2, 3, 4 miles downstream, just with a little effort of you on your side doing a little roll. If you throw in the opposite side, no matter how much strength you use, the ball's still going to go in the opposite direction. So that's just how trading works as well. Go in the direction of the river, in the direction of the trend. That's how you're only gonna succeed. Take care. I hope you found value. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I'm out.